Hi, here's my STEM circuit activity for the last module. So to start the engineering design process, I asked myself, how can I even build a paper circuit with the materials given? And then how can I use this in my classroom? So I decided to ask my students for this, how can you light up Paul Revere's lantern to help him tell the Patriots that the British are coming? So in the imagine and plan process, some of the materials needed were some copper tape, paper, markers, crayons, a battery, an LED light, the electrical tape, and a sensor tag. Unfortunately, my materials package was MIA. I don't know what happened to it, so I had to improvise with some of the materials for this module. So here's my design. I drew a lantern, and then ideally the light in the middle will light up. So here is my actual drawing, and then I used a battery and some copper tape that then, or some conducting copper tape that then went to the light bulb. At first it wasn't working and I wasn't sure why, so I used the sensor tag to try to figure out what was happening, like if my batteries did not have enough charge in them or what was going on. But they did have charge in them, and then through some internet research I realized that I only needed one battery, and then I just needed to connect the positive and negative charge of the battery with the conducting tape to the positive and negative side of the light. So in this image I didn't need two batteries. I would just need to fold it, the one side of the paper, over so that both sides of the copper tape were touching the positive and negative sides of the battery. So in the end, this is what I came up with. My light, or my lantern, did light up. It only stayed lit for like a few seconds, and then it really started to dim off very quickly. So if you didn't capture it right away, it was really hard to see. Some improvements for next time. I do think that I needed a stronger battery for the circuit. I didn't use a high voltage battery since I wasn't sure how to light the LED light with the copper tape. I also think that I had too many breaks in the conducting tape because I made so many turns. After some online research, I realized that you should try to make it one continuous piece instead of cutting it, because then it can break the circuit. And then also I was curious on how I can use the sensor tag more efficiently. I did measure it. I did use it to measure the electricity in my batteries, but then other than that, I wasn't totally sure how to use it for this module. Here is an overview of my lesson plan, but I am attaching it to this discussion post as well. And then for the STEM design tool, I did feel like my lesson met a lot of the specifications. For will the students relate to the problems, I wrote somewhat because it is history, so sometimes students have some problems with that. And then I also rated it somewhat for does the lesson integrate and apply important science and math grade level content. I did a social studies focused lesson because I teach social studies and science, and throughout this course I've been focusing a lot on science, so I thought it would be fun to try to mix it into a content outside of STEM. And then for the last one, I also put somewhat for is the role of technology in students. I did use a lot of technology to research the problem and research how to do circuits, but other than that, there wasn't a clear role of technology. So in my lesson plan, I decided to have students create a flip grid of how they went through the process, similar to how we do screencasts for this. So this is the end of my presentation. I hope that you enjoyed my circuit, and I look forward to seeing everyone else's. Thank you.